This is Arukh HaShulchan Yardea Siman Yudalid, see base to Hay, day 58 of the Supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi series. I heard about a fetus which extended a limb from prior to birth, prior to Shechita. Base, Beer Dvorim. The explanation of this matters. These are that Kavanas Sakos Raka Trefa Mamish. The Pasuk saw that Trefa Loso Chelu is only referring to actually meat which has been ripped up as prey. Why have to say the word Basodeh in the field? Treif doesn't have to, is not place contingent. Wherever it gets ripped up against a more wound, it's also. Hi basar lashon chutzu. So basar here is a language of exterior. Just like a field which is external to the boundary of the city. This means to tell. This is what it means to tell. Basar any meat which has a mechitza, halachic mechitza, meaning a barrier which makes it with halachic ramification. Let's say it's mechitza, so it's not supposed to leave that. I don't know if that's the way I'm trying to say it. Any wall which has any meat which has a wall or barrier. That halachic issue is what we're determining now. It's not supposed to leave that barrier. Such as the meat of karbanos, which are on the higher level of kachim, which exits the walls of the azar, the courtyard of the Beis Hamikdash, or the meat of karbanos of the lesser kedusha, which leaves the walls of Yerushalayim, or fetus its mother's womb. That's one of the organs left, the limbs left the wall of the mother. This is like a treifa. My treifa in heter, so your treifa has no permissibility. Af elu, so to these kavan shiyatsu chutzam, since once they left the confines of their barrier, nesuk treifa, they're forbidden like treifa lamani chazos mechitzasam, and they return to their wall of their barrier does not salvage them. One wall doesn't help for another wall. How so? Such as you have an animal which is pregnant. It's also kochi. It's inside the azor. Or if it's a lighter kedusha, it's saying Yerushalayim. And then the fetus of this pregnant korban extends its hand outside the womb. That limb is also no matter what. Even if they shechted the mother afterwards in the Beis Hamikdash as a korban, kulo, and the entire fetus permitted, like the cases we had in previous simon. This limb retains its prohibition. Even if it went back inside its own barrier, inside the womb. The Azara, because you don't say, well, since the Azara is considered to be vis-a-vis kachim, Yerushalayim is a barrier vis-a-vis kachim kalim. Tevin, mechitza should be mechitza gabe ever. For this limb, and we should count like a limb which left the barrier of its mother. Having another mechitza does not change the fact that it lost this specific mechitza. Even though there's no ramification in terms of the limb itself, whether it went back in or not, no matter what, that limb is also. There is a difference between when it went back or not, in terms of the place where you're going to make an incision. Klomar, or cut, amputation, perhaps is a better word. Klomar, the aver sheyadayim b'chutz, the limb when it's outside, b'shashchita at the time, b'shachting shechaytech aver, you cut off the forbidden limb. Tzorach laniach mibashi b'fnim mitzad hachitzon, you have to leave out a little bit from what's inside towards the outside and cut it off. Shemokam hachatach, the place where you're cutting. Havdalas hachitzon, where you're separating the outer part from the inner part, in itself is also. Because it's at the edge of the womb. For local arena bay bahema. It's not called an animal inside animals. It's not inside. But the animal took back the limb before shechita, and the fetus extended its leg back inside itself, back inside the womb, Ain't tzarich l'tzapnim. You don't have to cut off anything towards the inside. Element time so you can be precise. And you cut with precision. Mogam b'chatach mutar. Place where the amputation takes place is permissible. Tchein behema ba behema. Because then the place of chatach is called behema behema. You would see it's ever lona etzaraka ever vado. And in any event, when the limb comes out, only that limb comes out. So all the rest of the fetus permissible. Hey, that that the limb itself is also and the rest of it is mutter. If it extended a hand or a foot, in other words, a foreleg or a back leg, or another organ, or another limb. But if the fetus extended its head out before shechita, nesakoluba, the entire fetus becomes also. The slaughtering of the mother doesn't take effect. Zero kodem shechita, even if we got went back inside before the shechita. Because once the head comes out, it's considered as if it's born. They don't need to have shechita, so it's going to be with its own shechita. For die, you should know the chesed mishpat simon narration inside needs bar. The hair becomes clear. The yitzias ro patachas, when most of the forehead comes out. However, yitzias kol rosh is as if the majority of the head has come out. Ayin sham achanam kain, and that's in terms of children. Children? No, I'm not sure what it is. I don't remember what's about there. We didn't learn it yet. It's part of our supplemental cycle. We'll get them someday. Here too, it's the same thing. So therefore, when the head came out, or most of the forehead, was not permitted by the mother's shechita. Ben chai ben mace. So if you find uber, which is after 8-month term, whether it's alive or dead, or ben tes or uber after 9-month term mace and it's dead, have an avela. Nothing you do about it. It's an avela. But you find an uber which is 9-month term and it's alive. Shocking something you like any animal, ain't no uber clouds no longer considered an uber at all together. Those who say the when the forehead comes out, rubo, the majority, or filu kulo, or even its entirety, ain't no kill like a chumrah. It's not considered born except the chumrah, below the kula. Not for purposes of being stringent, not purposes of being lenient. But now, what's the ramification? But if it's a 9-month term fetus, the requires its own shechita. Also, the forehead is forbidden. The shem ain't killed because maybe it's as if it's not born. And it became permitted with the shechita of its mother. Maybe not. And therefore, because we don't know which shechita works for it. That's from Tfulah Shol. But we see as well, Rosh Vada have a kiyolid. When most head comes out, that's definitely born. Rarely, they ain't ben shetzer Rosh Chai, ben shetzer mace, have a kiyolid. It seems to be where the head came out alive or dead doesn't make difference. That's the definition of being born. If it comes out alive, you can be matter with its own shechita. If it's dead, it's entirely into the vela. Even though there in Cheshmisha says if the entire head comes out and it's dead, it's not considered to be definitively born. There's something else here on account of the suffix. It's also the Shema Havik Yoler. Maybe it is born Havik and Vela, and therefore, since it's born, it's no good. It's an Vela.